It's crazy how much social media has like actually cooked our brains. Boredom just like straight up doesn't exist anymore. If you have any buffer time, dude, it's like instinct now. Personally for me, it's like instinct, bro. And I'm trying to break that instinct, you know? But like as soon as there's like downtime, bro, boom, whipping out the phone, scrolling, bro. That is not fucking good, bro. That is not good at all. These social media apps, bro, they're like, it's just crazy. Because you could say, a lot of people say, oh, like they're designed to keep you addicted. And whenever I hear somebody to say something like that, I'm like, oh, not me though. I could break that easily. It's not fucking true, bro. Because the second I'm bored or nobody's talking to me, or if I'm not actively physically doing something, I'm whipping out my phone, bro. Like it's like it's ingrained into my mind, just like breathing, where like I need more, bro. Like without even thinking about it, I just do it, you know. And I'm a big anime guy, right? So I watch like a lot of anime. I play games. Like it doesn't even matter. Like it's something that shouldn't be productive. You know, I watch anime, I play video games, I watch TV, I watch movies, whatever it may be. I've noticed that when I'm watching a show or playing a video game, I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, maybe it's because my brain is so cooked, but I feel productive playing a video game, or I feel productive watching an anime. So like right now, my main anime is One Piece. And if you guys know, I'm in Wano right now, and that shit is going stupid. It's going stupid right now, and I love it. I'm on the final act. Everybody's fighting on what's the island called? I don't know. It's the raid. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, obviously One Piece is like a grind to get through. I think One Piece is a great example too, because the goal of One Piece, right, is, oh, I want to catch up. I have to watch all 1,000 episodes of One Piece. So like I'll be scrolling for a little bit, and I'm like, oh wait, what am I, like I'll break out of the trance or the mind control after like 15-20 minutes of scrolling. I'm like, oh shit, like I shouldn't be doing this right now. I should go actually be productive and do something. And my way to cope, if I'm not like working, or if I'm like actually like not doing something around the house, if I'm not cleaning or whatever it is, hanging out with my friends, my way to cope is like, oh, I know it's being productive. Being productive is catching up on One Piece. That's surely gonna get me somewhere in life, bro. Like that's how cooked my brain is, bro. Like I've scrolled and deteriorated my brain so much that just playing a video game, the story mode of a video game, or catching up on One Piece feels like I'm benefiting my life in some way, shape, or form, right? I don't know if you guys can exactly relate to that part where it's like, you know, you guys feel productive when you're like doing something that isn't necessarily productive. But I'm sure you guys obviously get the whole social media thing where your brain is absolutely fried, and when you have any sense of downtime, you are instantly grabbing your phone. Like, it's crazy because boredom doesn't exist. Like, I was blessed to be born in a time before phones. So I obviously the internet was a thing and technology was a thing when I was born, but I was born before the smartphone and I was raised before the smartphone. And looking back, obviously when you're a kid, you get bored. But looking back, I can't imagine what life is like without my phone, because it's so ingrained into my being, bro. It's like it's attached to me. Like your phone is a part of you as a person. And I think that's pretty fucking sad if you ask me, right? So it made me think, like, what would the world look like today, or what would I personally be doing if I didn't have a smartphone? Like, what would my downtime look like? What would my boredom look like? Low-key boredom breeds innovation. It makes your mind actually be creative for once. It makes your imagination run wild. And I think that is lacking in a big sense, especially in today's day and age, because everybody has a smartphone. It's right in your pocket. You know, there's no downtime. Nobody's ever bored. The only people that are bored now are kids, and the kids that don't have the smartphones. And that's shitty too, because these stupid fucking adults who are parenting their kids are giving their kids smartphones at like fucking 5, 6, and 7, bro. 6 and 7. But like, dude, like, no, that's another video for another time, is adults and parents giving their kids unlimited access to the fucking behemoth that is the internet, bro. Like, that is baffling to me. I have so many stories because I used to work in a restaurant, right? And I would see so many parents or kids crying. And you know what they did? They put a fucking phone or they put an iPad right in front of the kid. That's another story. That's another video. But damn, that shit pisses me off. And I promise you, I will not be giving my kid an iPad or a phone just to sedate him. You know, I'm gonna actually raise my kid. That's the whole point of actually raising a fucking kid. But I guess if phones didn't exist on my downtime, the second, you know, if there was like a tier list to being an absolute degenerate, I would probably say brain rotting or scrolling on your phone is the maximum, you know, S tier class of rotting your brain. I mean, they call it brain rot for a reason. But second to that is probably, you know, watching TV, playing video games. You know, back in the day, my parents would say, oh, don't play those violent video games. They're going to rot your brain. My parents now who said that are now on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok literally watching brain rot, brainwash, politics bullshit, bro. And I'm over here playing absolute peak story video games in God of War, in Red Dead Redemption. And that might be another video that I can talk about. But video games, bro, video games and anime and all these other like different entertainment mediums, I wouldn't say they're brain rot, dude. Like, I also wouldn't say, you know, as I said earlier in the video, playing a video game and watching a show isn't necessarily being productive, right? You're not progressing your life in any meaningful way. But out of these forms of entertainment, you do learn lessons. And like I said, God of War or Red Dead Redemption, great stories, great video games, and you can play hours, but you'll also learn something very fundamental about life in these stories. My favorite personal example of learning a lesson in a piece of entertainment, you know, that I would call, you know, productive, because I'm not actually brain rotting, but is the anime called Vinland Saga. That anime alone put me on a trajectory of philosophy, logic, consciousness, everything related to the greater understanding of my life and as a human and my soul. I know that's kind of crazy, but Vinland Saga, if you guys haven't seen, I highly recommend an anime. If you guys, even if you guys don't like anime, I know you guys will like that, because I mean, you know, there's every person who doesn't watch anime. Most people are like, oh, go watch Attack on Titan. That'll get you into anime. Yeah, that Attack on Titan is probably number one, right? Vinland Saga is just like that. Vinland Saga is just like Attack on Titan in that sense, where it has extreme adult themes, and the story is only something that I would say kids could probably understand it, but I don't think kids should be watching a debate, especially because of how violent Vinland Saga is, right? But there is fundamental life lessons you can learn from these other forms of entertainment. Whereas, you know, if you're scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, you'll maybe get inspired by something, but you're not gonna learn anything. You're gonna scroll 5 reels or TikToks into the future and forget exactly what you had just seen. Also, when you're brain rotting, you're being told or brainwashed into feeling a specific way. For example, there will be like a reel or a TikTok about how cooked Gen Z is, you know, how cooked the housing market is, and how the statistics are showing that Gen Z is having less kids, and how poor Gen Z is, with sad music playing, and you're gonna be like, oh damn, bro, I am cooked, and you're gonna start feeling bad for yourself, and you're gonna start feeling sad and start getting depressed. Social media literally wires your brain and basically forces you to feel a certain way unless you know exactly what you're getting into. And that's the thing with social media, is even if you know what you're getting into, it's gonna suck you in. You know, you could be the most headstrong person of all time, but you know, after 5 to 10 minutes of scrolling, bro, you're gonna get sucked in, dude. And that's just it's designed that way, bro. It's designed to keep you on there as long as possible, and then all of a sudden, boom, within like a nanosecond, you break from your trance and you're like, oh shit, I should probably be doing something else. Or you break out of the trance and be like, okay, I should go do something else. But then you open another app and you fall right back into the trance. You know, you go exit Instagram, you go right into Twitter or something, you know? I think that's like a really good mental note you should keep in your mind, is what would I do, or how would I live my life if I didn't have a smartphone? You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're scrolling, obviously you're not gonna be scrolling because you don't have a smartphone. So what would you be doing instead? I honestly think, dude, I'm not even gonna lie, bro, I will say, you know, the internet is truly a gold mine for money. You can make so much money on the internet. And I'm not saying I don't want the internet to not exist, but maybe social media has gone a little too far. And if social media didn't exist, I think productivity for the entirety of the human race would probably be much higher than what it is now. Like a couple months ago, I would literally schedule out my days, like in my mind, on how to be absolutely the most productive or get the most things done in the day. And you know what was sad about that is that playing video games and watching One Piece was on the list of being productive, right? So I'd wake up, you know, I go to the gym, I come home from the gym, you know, I eat breakfast or whatever, and then I'm like, okay, I did that, that's productive, I went to the gym, now I have to make my YouTube videos, so I would do my recording, I do my editing, create my thumbnails, do all that stuff, and that would take a lot of time. Like, okay, boom, I got that was being productive. Okay, I'm gonna move over here and do this, I'm gonna fold my laundry, but while I'm folding my laundry, I'm gonna watch One Piece. Okay, boom, I'm gonna do that, fold my laundry, that's productive, and I'm watching One Piece, so I'm progressing on One Piece, so that's productive, right? I'm catching up. And then after that, like, okay, after I folded my laundry, I did that, I'm gonna continue playing Silent Hill 2, because Silent Hill 2 is me being productive. I'm not scrolling on my phone, so as long as I'm not scrolling on my phone, there's no downtime, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not rotting, my brain isn't rotting, I'm actually being productive with my life. And like I said earlier, you can get things out of video games and other sources of media, and I think that shit is far more important, and I think your brain will fucking thank you much more than you just scrolling. But also, my brain was just so cooked, my mental thought process was so fucking cooked by Instagram and TikTok, damn it, that I genuinely thought and paced my day as if watching anime or watching movies or watching TV shows was genuinely being productive to my life, and I was progressing in some fashion. I don't know, maybe this is just a me thing, because I asked my girlfriend and she was like, no, I don't feel that at all. That could just be a me thing, but I mean, you guys obviously, please, if anybody's watching, let me know, dude. Let me know if you guys kind of feel the same way, where like, if you're not scrolling and you're like watching anime, like, oh shit, like I'm actually doing something that isn't scrolling. Like, like I said, it's the worst of the worst. So surely doing anything besides scrolling and doom scrolling or brain rotting is better than that, you know? It's like S tier in terms of deteriorating your fucking brain matter, bro. But let me know what you guys think. I've noticed this cycle or this thought process, so I've broken past it. Although I'm still watching fucking One Piece, bro. I'm still watching One Piece, and that shit's so fucking big. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys kind of feel the same way, sort of, kind of? And if not, am I stupid, I guess. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I love you guys so much. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps with the channel, and I love you guys very much. And, yeah, go read a book.